Good morning, millennials.
Welcome back to The Toast and happy Monday. And I know it doesn't sound great. I know. And
do you have something to offer us?
You would be right about that.
You don't have something to offer us on the bright side?
I'm just a girl. Like, how much I have to put the weight of the world on my shoulders on a Monday morning?
Well, one thing that's happening today is that we're feeling green, apparently. Green with envy.
We're kind of the green girls.
Jolly green giants.
I am definitely a jolly green giant. Yes, we are both wearing green. I don't know what it's like where you live, but it is officially like the first working day of fall. Fall began yesterday or Saturday, right? In an official capacity.
So there's a lot of debate over whether or not the season started on the 20th or the 21st. I'm kind of a 21st swirly, but that's just me.
If you were to if I was to go on Jeopardy and you were to ask me like what day did the season start, I too would have said the 21st. I didn't even know there was this nationwide debate about it.
It's a debate between me and my friend Rebecca because her birthday's on March 20th and she insists it's the first day of spring. And I say, Rebecca, like the solstices are there on the 21st.
Okay, so you're just kind of being negative because she wants to say her birthday is on the first day of spring. And like, let's just let her say it.
I'm a stickler.
You are such a stickler, so much so to the point where you would destroy your friend's birthday for the rules.
Destruction.
Oh my goodness.
But yes, we are feeling green. We're
feeling fall. I think today is the day where I am going to whip out the first crock pot of the season. No liner.
No liner. What you making, Turt?
I'm not sure. Well, I woke up. It's literally the high of the day is said to be 70, which I know sounds high, but like last week it was in the 80s, like serious hell. So temperatures are coming down. It's not supposed to be sunny today. And over the weekend, I started Gilmore Girls. So I'm really in my crockpot season. And I want to talk about Gilmore Girls if you'll allow it just for a minute.
I'll give a little bit of space. Just a little bit.
And it's not really deserving of that much more space. So let me say this.
Okay, good.
I have never seen Gilmore Girls. It's just like a fun fact about me.
Neither have I. That's why I'm only giving it a little space. Like this is
we weren't a Gilmore family.
A category that just like doesn't interest me. I can't explain it.
It was a part of like entertainment and media that just sort of bypassed us as young girls. And I knew like kind of nothing about it. And I have tried once before to watch it, like last year, because my Netflix, it was like resume episode 1, season 1. I had watched 10 minutes. It didn't do it for me. I don't know why. I just maybe wasn't in the right space. But I am in the exact space I need to be in to let this into my life and sort of receive it. And I am enjoying immensely. It is such a good show. That bitch Rory can scram. Like the scenes that she's not in are a joy, and the scenes that she's in are just destructive. And I could tell she gets worse. Like I could tell. I love it. I love it. I don't really have like complex thoughts because and I read this and it's so true. Like Gilmore Girls is a show like where truly nothing happens. Like I don't have like hot takes. Like
there's no
it's just a nice show. Yeah. And I like a lot of the characters. Like I love Melissa McCarthy. I love Lorelai. I love the grandparents. So it's good. It's good. I really like it.
The grandma's really making news because her book just came out. She wrote Memoirs of a Rory's Grandma.
Memoirs of a Gilmore.
If only.
If only. Yes, she's making news. So I feel like, and it's also a show that it doesn't like exclusively take place during the fall season, but it's a show that has become synonymous with fall. It's very fall vibes, cozy. It's a cozy show. And I'm so glad I started it when I did. Ben has weirdly seen it because I think like Maddie, his sister, grew up like loving it. And so when the theme song comes on, like he literally knows all the words. It's really weird. When you're out on the road. It's actually a good theme song. It's like a regular song, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's Carole King.
Beautiful.
Call my name and I'll be there on the next train. If you lead, I will follow anywhere that you. And it's actually oddly, nobody in the show is Jewish.
I could see Ben knowing all the words to that song because he just knows that song rather
Ben is so Carole King coded.
Right? I feel like probably like he grew up with it playing in the house.
1,000%. I actually think Ben and his parents saw Beautiful, the Carole King musical, somewhat recently on Broadway.
100%.
Wait. Oh, and the show is oddly, there's no Jewish characters in the show, but it's like Jewish coded. Like so many of the jokes you could tell were like written by a Jew. And that's because Amy Sherman Palladino, the creator, is a Jewess. She wrote Marvelous Miss Maisel as well.
Interesting.
So I highly recommend. I do think you'd like it.
I have a lot, like I still haven't gotten back into Desperate Housewives. Like that's what's waiting for me every night. But then I just get sort of overrun by administrative tasks around the house. So like my content plate is full. If I ever had an opening, I would put Gilmore Girls in there, but I'm full.
Did you get my Instagram message this morning?
Yeah, but my story had been deleted. What were you talking about?
Did you post a picture that you were reading the Long Island Compromise?
I did. Okay, that's what I thought you were responding to. The reason why the story's not available, I couldn't see what you were responding to, is because I deleted the story like 10 minutes after I posted it because I was reading the book and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to finish this. So
Jackie?
I don't want to be like tethered to having to give a review of the book.
It was my book club choice of the month that we're supposed to be meeting tonight. Not one person, except for the person who chose it, sorry, Abe. Not one other person finished the book. We're not meeting.
What percent did you get to?
I must be at, there's 4 chapters. So I'm in the middle of the 2nd chapter.
Okay.
And it really pains me. I don't want to, like, on my platform bash a book about a Jewish family written by a Jewess.
No, the thing is, I don't feel akin to like the Judaism here. It's giving like,
okay, here's what I said. Here's what I said. Here's what I said about the
anti-Semitic, but it's a little too much.
No, here's what I said about the Judaism in the book. And seriously, I fucking hate this book with every fiber of my being. The writer is talented in the way that she was able to, out of thin air, create some of the worst human beings to ever exist. Like, if I ever met one of these fucks in the street, oh my God, Beamer, it would be over. Now, what I had said when I had first started reading the book, and I intended on finishing it, but I wrote in the book club thing, I'm like, I'm immediately disliking the book because it is that brand of Judaism that's so corny. And like, you just know if any non-Jew or anyone with like a slight dislike for Jews picked up this book, they would hate Jews even more. Like, ha, nose job, ha, McMansions, ha, funny. That's real.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was so cheap. And then once I was able to get past that, the actual plot of the book, oh my God, Jackie, run for your life, run fast for your mother, run fast for your father.
So let me tell you, I got on this book because Dana recommended it. She finished it. She said that she loved it. And then this author also wrote a book called Fleischman is in Trouble, which was a TV show.
Oh.
I didn't read the book, but I watched the TV show. And I can't say that I liked the TV show, but I felt a lot of feelings when watching the TV show, and I actually reference it a lot because basically, I doubt you're going to watch it. It's about this guy, Fleischman. He's like leaving his naggy bitch wife.
He's in trouble?
He's in trouble. He's leaving his wife. She's like a bitch. He's taking the kids, and oh, it's so hard for Fleischman, and he works so hard, and it's so sad, and his wife is so mean. And it's like 6 episodes of Fleischman trying to like navigate divorce, and his wife like kind of like goes off the grid. And then we get 1 episode from the wife's point of view.
Oh, I love it.
It was amazing. I always just like reference like things can be very Fleischman, where like if you talk to this one person, it's like so sad and his wife is so mean and Fleischman is so bad, and then like when you talk to his wife, it's like seriously fuck Fleischman.
Jackie, I think we need to add that to our list of theories, the Fleischman theory, where it's like you're the problem. I love that.
Yeah, no, or like it depends who you're sitting down with.
Right.
Because at the end of the series, like his best friend, who's played by Janice Ian, who was there for him the entire show, she's in all the previous episodes, like she's his friend listening to him, feeling sorry for him. And then in the last episode, she runs into the wife in the park and gets her side of the story.
Got it. I mean, history is written by the victors.
Yeah, so I didn't like the show because it was a little bit insufferable, but like I enjoyed the premise, and I thought it was pretty smart. So I was like, oh, Dana read her next book and she said it was really good. Okay, but honestly, I'm 10% in, and I've had the thought a lot of times, like, Dana liked this book so much.
Oh my God, it's just horrible. It is. I think it's so bad for our people. Like, I actually found it offensive.
I agree.
And if you told me that like an undercover anti-Semite wrote this book, I would believe you.
Yeah. So that makes me feel better in terms of not finishing it, because also I'm like bumping into like Redhead's recording next week. I got to start the Redhead's book.
Which I've heard is amazing, by the way.
I know, I'm so excited. We're reading Husbands and Lovers by Beatrice Williams. And the thing is, if I loved this book I'm reading right now, I could plow through it and finish it with plenty of time to read Redhead's book. But this is going to be like a 3-week endeavor. So I think that's hence why I deleted my story.
Yeah.
Because I was like, actually, maybe I'm not currently reading this book.
No, this book tore my book club, burnt my book club to the ground. We're not even meeting this month. That's how bad that book was, okay?
Wow.
And I don't even know if everybody agrees with my reasons for hating it, but obviously everybody hated it too. They literally didn't finish it.
It's just so chewy, like so many words. Get an editor, okay?
So true.
And I don't need to hear, I feel this way about a lot of books. Like, I don't need to hear every semi-interesting thought you think you've ever had in your life. Like, pare it down.
Yeah, 1,000%.
It's chewy.
I'm so glad I was able to stop you. Like,
I can't believe you even knew what that book was. I thought that's the story you were responding to, but I was like, there's no way.
It's horrible.
You should watch Fleischman. It's
I
a win.
should.
It's a win for the Naggy Bitch Wives. Even though, oh, by the way, I just kind of like gave the whole thing away.
Yeah, right. I bet like watching it was a fun experience. Thanks.
Yeah. Except it's also about, character development.
Whatever.
Classic.
So many things to discuss. One, we would be absolutely remiss, devastated, and heartbroken if we didn't wish a huge mazel tov to our TNN star, Shannon Ford, who got married over the weekend in Positano. Like, so sick. I need her to post more pictures. So sick she looks.
So sick. The way every few hours I was like going back to Shannon's Instagram to see if she had like posted new content.
And Queen, like, we ate. She was feeding us. She knew everyone was waiting and she wasn't being annoying, like holding back.
Yeah, no, she was doing, but you also know she's like busy on the dance floor. She can only like post so much in the moment, but she was giving us like what we needed. Like, we needed to see the dress. We absolutely did. Then she was reposting like other people's stories. And today, obviously, like she sat down in front of her desktop and is getting to work on giving us all the content.
1,000%.
On her desktop on a sailboat, I believe she's on the Amalfi Coast.
Thank you, ma'am, for the Lord's work. You looked so gorgeous and just a shining star here at Toast News Network.
No,
and we love her.
I was teary-eyed. She posted one photo and I seriously like had tears in my eyes. Just, she looked so happy, so beautiful. She's such a great person. I'm so like proud of myself to call her a friend, because I think
so true.
She's just such a wonderful person,
and she likes us.
And yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, proud of myself that I like could be a friend to a girl like her.
She stayed at your house.
She stayed at my house, right? She gave me shingles. Like, I love her.
Right. So huge mazel, like truly, and kind of the rumor mill was ablaze. Like Dirty, why were you there? Like everyone was talking about me. And
same here.
Yeah, we had a falling out with Shannon. Like it's really bad. Like we're not friends anymore.
People were saying too, like she stayed at your house. Like why didn't you go to her wedding? And it was because she gave me shingles. So
right. That like fight. You drew the line at shingles. No, I actually had so much going on this weekend. I went to a wedding last night. Like it was just kind of I don't think I've been to a wedding, a Jewish wedding. I actually have not been to a wedding in a really long time. But I haven't been to a Jewish wedding since October 7th. And let me tell you, they hit different.
Yeah.
Oh my God. At the end of the ceremony, they played the national anthem, the Hatikva, Israeli national anthem. Not a dry eye in the house. Nice touch. Really nice touch. I liked it. I was like, I want to get remarried so I can do that. Like, totally. And they had this beautiful choir. I was like, seriously? And like you're sitting at a ceremony, you're hot, you're like ready for the bar to open, like you're ready. Oh, I was sat. Well, I was standing, but you know what I mean? Emotionally, yeah. I was sat. Beautiful, really classy touch.
Beautiful weekend for weddings. I feel like this also was the 21st of September, as I learned from Shannon's stories. Like, do you remember?
Which is such a wedding song.
For a wedding on September 21st.
Yeah, so just kind of like big weekend. Oh, and I also wanted to talk about wanted to send love to Bridget, who shared, if you guys know Bridget from The Bar, she's like the creator of The Bar. She's also like a huge content creator who had the sickest wedding on the planet. She shared on Instagram yesterday that she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she just shared this like really raw emotional video. I was shocked.
Me too.
I think we've all been following her journey to getting pregnant. She's been like super vulnerable, like posting in real time everything that's been going on. And oh my God, I was so sad for her. And I know she like listens to the show sometimes, so I just want to like send her the biggest hug. I felt so sad watching her video. You could tell she was like processing the whole, like this huge piece of news in real time.
Yeah, I feel like so many people love her and are connected to like her and her content. She's a great like creator in that sense where it really feels like you know her. I mean, I feel like we know her and we've actually never
I've never met her. Yeah.
So it was just like so sad to see. And like I think everyone who knows her is just like wishing her the best, praying for her, and like sending her so much love, wrapping their arms around her.
Totally. So are we.
So are we. I like that saying.
By the way, I like that saying. I also like the saying, because people said this to me when I was dealing with like Theo. They were like, Trinity, we're lifting you up in prayer. And I think it's like a Christian thing, but like everyone prays. I love it. Like I think it's
pray,
the nicest.
You can lift.
Or they say like, we're wrapping you in our prayers. Like it's so lovely.
It's a warm hug.
It's a warm hug.
I'm Olaf. I like warm hugs.
You are Olaf, and you do like warm hugs.
I do not like warm hugs. Let me tell you that. I like a proverbial warm hug.
She
a
likes
practical warm hug.
Stiff handshake.
And keep it cold. I want a cold hand. I do not want to shake a warm hand.
How are the stories today, by the way?
The stories are really good. Some of them are actually like really toast coated, I would say.
Love.
Like really important that we address certain things. Maybe another show, like in a good way. I'm actually really excited to get your thoughts on those
John
things. Oh, John Mulaney, but that's that's for everyone.
You know John Mulaney, super fan over here.
Yeah, no, but that's for everyone. That's like the top story for all the pop culture girlies today. I think wherever you get your pop culture news, like you would hear about that. Some of the other things, I don't know if they would get into it. I don't know if you'd even expect it.
I'm dying to know what you're referring to.
Should I give you guys a brief, like, I feel like that's a good idea.
At the top of the show, why don't you say, stay tuned for XYZ. Okay.
Stay tuned for Hayden Panettiere's take on her viral interview, Olivia Munn and John Mulaney's baby announcement at this point, a feud between sisters and sisters,
I
Tia
know.
and Tamara Mowry, an influencer banned from TikTok, we shall discuss, and fans believing there is something going on between Sabrina, Camilla, and Sean after all.
We'll
have
something going on
after the break.
I love that. Okay.
So I guess that now we have to get into it.
I guess we just sort of cornered ourselves.
Okay, well, sure. Without further ado, here are the Fast 5 stories that you do need to know.
And the Fast 5 stories that you kind of already know are brought to you by Noble, a training brand created to support you in your daily pursuit of being your best self. So whether it's day one of your fitness journey or day 1000, Noble invites you to get moving and find a pair of footwear that works for you. Can I tell you that I'm loving being sponsored by Noble? Because does it feel like every cool person on the planet is talking about Noble, wearing Noble, in a very organic way?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they're having a moment, I feel like it's a name on everybody's lips.
And I'm we're part of it.
We kind of are at the center of it, if you will. So Noble has footwear options for anywhere and everywhere life takes you. So whether that's the gym, your favorite workout class, a walk with your dog, training for a 5K, Noble embraces a no bullshit approach to wellness. So it doesn't matter what it looks like. Noble encourages you to strive for just 1% better every day. And with Girly Swirly Summer officially being over, but us sort of being left with the remnants of picking up the pieces from Girly Swirly Summer into Gargy Pargy Fall, Noble has been there for us when really nobody else has. So the Noble journey takes where you need to go, whether you're getting started or training for a race day, any distance, speed, or frequency, you can embrace the journey with Noble. The Noble Drive is the perfect hybrid shoe. So if you're doing cardio, going for a quick run, or training in the gym, the Noble Drive is versatile enough for any and every workout. The Noble All Day is your anywhere, everywhere shoe. It's a breathable shoe, unmatched comfort. If you're just on your feet all day, traveling, walking through airports, it's a great shoe. They have really great shoes that are super cute, different colorways, but also different styles to fit your life. So exclusively for Toasters, Noble is offering 30% off your order when you go to nobleproject.com and use our code TOAST30. That's NOBULL, nobleproject.com, code TOAST30, NOBULLproject.com, code TOAST30. Today's episode is also brought to you by Boll & Branch. Build the coziest bed imaginable with Boll & Branch bedding made with the finest 100% organic cotton. Start with Boll & Branch best-selling signature sheets. They feel buttery, breathable, and they get softer with every wash. These sheets are the perfect foundation for better sleep. You can easily add Boll & Branch's bed blankets, duvets, quilts without making your bed feel heavy or hot. Yeah, talk about being in on things before everyone else. We have been sleeping in Boll & Branch for actual years. And the thing is, I've been sleeping in Boll & Branch probably for 4 years, and I'm only on my second pair. I don't go through them. I feel like a lot of sheets are really not made well, and you go through them. I just got a new pair, and that was because I wanted new set. Because I wanted a new color, I went for the natural color just to add a little dimension to my bed right before I had the stark white. It's really fabulous. I love their products. They're really, if you get night sweats like I do, or you get really hot in your sleep, I love that they feel really breathable and airy while also keeping you warm in the dead of winter. They're able to do that in a magical way. I have the signature sheets. They're loved by millions. They offer free design consultations so you can build your dreamiest bed with a stylist, and they give you a 30-night worry-free guarantee with free shipping and returns on all U.S. orders of $100 or more. So start getting your best sleep this fall with Boll & Branch. Enjoy 20% off plus free shipping on your first set of sheets at bollandbranch.com, promo code TOAST. That's BOLLAND, branch.com, promo code TOAST for 20% off and free shipping. Limited time only. Exclusions apply. See site for details. Today's episode is also brought to you by Nordic Naturals. Late summer can be an extremely stressful time of year, and as of Saturday, early fall, with your kids getting back to school, everyone in the family getting on their new routines, and getting enough of the right nutrients can help you stay healthy during all the busyness. Omega-3s are healthy fats that benefit physical and mental well-being. Unfortunately, up to 80% of Americans are not getting enough omega-3s from their diets. A daily fish oil supplement is the most reliable source of omega-3, and it can benefit brain and heart health, immune function, and so much more. In fact, omega-3s influence the function of nearly every cell in your body, making them truly foundational nutrients. Nordic Naturals is known for their long-standing commitment to omega-3 quality, and they are the #1 best-selling fish oil brand in the United States. Their Ultimate Omega is an incredibly fresh and pure fish oil with no fishy aftertaste. It is sold in soft gels, liquid, and tasty gummy chews with 0 grams of sugar. Ultimate Omega is made to pair perfectly with non-fish oil supplements like Nordic Naturals Women's Multivitamin Gummies. They taste super good. I love a multivitamin gummy. Multivitamin is like such an easy, low-lift wellness hack. And them coming in a gummy, I love the Nordic Natural ones. It's just like easy, right in the morning, pop it in. Super tasty, and they help fill common nutritional gaps in women's diets with a mix of 12 essential vitamins. They can benefit skin and hair health, bone health, energy, and immune system function. Nordic Naturals has supplements for the whole family, so visit Nordic.com and use our promo code TOAST for 20% off your next order of omega-3s, vitamins, and supplements. That is NORDIC.com, promo code TOAST. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Thank you, Turt.
You're welcome.
Our first story, so Hayden Panettiere is addressing the People magazine interview that we discussed last week that people thought was concerning and exploitative. So Hayden
that was concerning and exploitative.
Well, alleged. It's all alleged.
I guess.
Hayden took to Instagram. She posted a gargy-pargy photo of herself, and she said, "I would like to take a moment to address the controversy surrounding an interview I recently completed with People magazine. It's unfathomable that I'm even in this position, but I feel forced to address it in a space where I won't be criticized for how fast or slow I speak. I hadn't slept for 2 days prior to the shoot due to one of my dogs who was recovering from an emergency surgical procedure. It was an 8-hour shoot followed by an on-camera interview that was supposed to last for 1 hour. The interview started really well, and for the record, its beginning is not included in the version of People magazine that they posted." So she's saying they took out the good part. Mm-hmm. "I was exhausted. My rep stopped the interview early as it became obvious that I was fading, especially as the subject matter became heavier. We asked the interview if we could redo it another day or a follow-up interview on Zoom. She assured us that it wasn't necessary and that she felt it was an emotional and heartfelt interview. We were also told they would edit it and that it would be a beautiful piece. The magazine does not grant approval for images or videos interviews before they run. We see the interview when it goes live." She said,
so she's kind of corroborating what we all said. It was exploitative.
Yes, but I feel like she's also not exactly saying shame on People magazine, while she's also holding space for shame on this process and also anyone who had anything negative to say. And I just want to say I'm sure there were negative comments, probably there always are, but the overwhelming amount of comments, and especially the top comments were "This is wrong, Hayden, we love you, take your time, we're rooting for you."
Yeah, they were in defense of her.
I do feel like this is one time where it's it wasn't her being criticized by people.
No.
By lowercase p people.
Yeah.
Just
no, I feel like
caps people.
Yeah, she probably misunderstood the backlash, but also you have to think about, because we were saying the amount of people that made this possible, especially people that work for her, managers, publicists who sat by and watch us, are those people also running her social media?
Right, because they're hey, we pulled her out when she got tired.
Because I feel one of my takeaways after seeing the interview was the people who are surrounding Hayden Panettiere are BFAs, bad faith actors. And are those people also writing captions for her social media?
Perhaps, but I do want to operate under the guise that this is her. Otherwise, what are we even talking about? It's just a bunch of people, BFAs, talking to each other. And then she also said this: "Grief looks different on everyone. Whether or not I'm on medication is none of anyone's business and is in between me and my doctor. I'm doing interviews to promote my new film because I'm proud of it. The real issue here is the toxicity of social media and a news cycle that is driven by clickbait. Mental health is so important, and I hope those reading this now understand that what you say hiding behind a computer screen can have a detrimental impact on someone. For those of you who have come to my defense amidst this chaos, I am so grateful." So that's the piece where it's I don't know how many keyboard warriors this was about. This was really about People magazine.
Yeah, obviously, but her caption is sort of directed at haters,
right?
Where there aren't any. I'm sure, there's a couple.
There always are.
But it's a weird response. It's sort of kind of entirely missing the point.
Yeah.
And she's right. Her being medicated is between her and her doctor, but it's natural for people who care about her to be concerned because she has, publicly spoken about her struggles with addiction. So I feel confused.
Yeah.
It's an odd response. It's hey, X, and then she says, okay, why?
Who is she mad at? I know who I'm mad at. Who is she mad at?
Sounds like she was taking it out on the comment section, whereas the comment section from where I stood was fiercely in defense of her.
Yeah. at least top comments, and that those are the ones most popular, most hearted. Maybe if you scroll all the way down, people would say have something mean to say. They always do, but like that wasn't the.
It appears as though she misunderstood the saga.
Maybe, and I think she was trying to also explain her performance in the interview. Like that's why you see me being this way. I was just like very tired.
Well, the thing is with the dogs, like it's giving dog ate my homework. You know what is like objection relevance?
She was tired, and so her eyes are closing. She's falling asleep.
Okay. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I wonder what her new movie is, because that point was missed.
And as always, like the toast stands with Hayden Panettiere. Like the toast is wrapping her in prayer and lifting her up. I love this woman. And I don't feel like she wrote this caption. I'm sorry.
Or like she wrote the first draft and then the BFAs came in and said like, you're not putting this on us, Hayden.
Did a once over. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if she has access to like press post on her own Instagram.
Right.
But I also don't follow her closely enough to say if she behaves in a way that looks like it's her. Like, does she do stories? No.
Right. That, like, what is her relationship with her social media prior to this?
It doesn't look like she's
running it herself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the movie's called Amber Alert.
Chilling.
Yeah. Well, sending love to Hayden as always.
As always.
Nothing's changed there.
For us.
Are you ready for our next story, wherein some things have changed for Olivia Munn and John Mulaney because they've welcomed another baby via surrogate after Olivia Munn's breast cancer journey. So Olivia Munn and John Mulaney are parents again. They took to Instagram on Sunday to announce the arrival of their daughter who was born via surrogate. They said, "My June Mulaney came into the world September 14th, 2024, the year of the dragon," the Instagram caption announced.
It's May. She said it in the caption. It's pronounced M-A-Y.
Apologies.
I love these two. You can never make me hate these two. And they tried. And it's really like a beautiful ending because she also had shared that she had a hysterectomy due to her health issues. Obviously, she had major surgeries with her breast cancer, hysterectomy being one of them. So to be able to welcome a baby via surrogate is such a blessing when maybe they thought that this would never happen for them. So I love them. And the other kid's name is Malcolm. So Malcolm and May, like so cute.
Cute.
I love that she is so like into her heritage. And he talked a lot about that when I saw him live perform in the Hamptons about how like, and he was making so many funny jokes about like his in-laws and like, you know, their customs.
They live with him?
Her mother lives with him, but also they always just have like a million family members coming through the house. And he was saying how, you know, they're very direct in their questions. And it was very respectful, but still really funny. And I just fucking love these two, okay? Sorry. And I have from the beginning. I'm not one of these like bandwagoners who are like, oh, well, now that they have a family, like they're really cute. Like for me, like obsessed from day one.
No, and for me, these two fall into a list or a category that I would say of like two people who individually I didn't give much thought to, but together as a couple, I love. And not to bring him into it because he is her ex, but like coincidentally, Aaron Rodgers and Shailene Woodley also fall into that category.
Yeah, no, and their place in Hollywood and in entertainment is infatuated. What's the word I'm looking for? I was going to say interesting and fascinating. It's fascinating. Of course, the Anna Marie Tendler of it all. Like, oh my God, the lore there goes on for years.
Like the thing is, I'm not on the Anna Marie Tendler
I am.
ship of Discovery.
Yeah, no, I stayed there. Like I know because I think the way people like talk about them and then like how her behavior was on the internet shortly after was so crazy. Like to me, it's sort of one of my Roman empires. And I didn't even care about them when they were together.
For a lot of people it is. For me, it's just like another guy who like, you know, split with his wife and moved on.
Right. No, and it sucks. It sucks.
And one day we're going to tell a story about John Mulaney and Olivia Munn and we're not going to bring up AMT.
I don't know that we are. I wouldn't make a promise
Claudia,
that we can't.
One day you will.
Oh, I was like, what song? It took me like a minute to get there.
I think it's called One Day You Will.
I thought you were going to say, one day, Matisiahu. One day. Also a good one.
No, but one day we will. Today's not that day, apparently.
And Tomorrow won't be either.
No, but like one day in the future, AMT who?
Right. And I love that Olivia Munn like got into this relationship and just like I just love like that she like doesn't work. She's a mom. He makes so much money. And every time they share like a little glimpse of their life, like she had posted a couple of pictures announcing the birth, and then like you saw obviously that they live on the water, like obsessed. Like,
is that their house in front of his balcony?
At his comedy show, he said he lives in Orange County, so you can live on the water.
And I guess like the baby in his arms is literally a few days old. Like where are they going?
So you wouldn't, you wouldn't be at like a hotel
unless they like went to be with near the surrogate when she gave birth, and they're staying.
Yeah,
at
unless
a
the
hotel.
surrogate lives in like Atlantic Beach, and that's the Pacific, you know, the Atlantic. Excuse me.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy, but I assume the surrogate lived in California.
Yeah, well, definitely, probably in California because they have like good laws for surrogacy. A lot of people go there. I think if you live in California, you wouldn't need to leave state for a surrogate. It's like a good environment for surrogacy.
I think if you want to become a surrogate, you might live in California for the opportunity.
Because you're the elk of a dreamer. And maybe you'll buy a lotto ticket.
Whilst pregnant. I'm so happy for these two. I love them. I definitely feel like the temperature on the culture, like people like them a lot now. But I'm proud to say, like I liked them from day one. I wasn't like up in arms when this happened.
I'm proud to say I wasn't up in arms.
Yeah, and I usually am. Like I love to be up in arms. It's kind of one of my favorite places to be.
Except when other people are up in arms, then you don't want to be up in arms.
No, when everyone's up in arms, like I love to not be because I'm so chill.
You love to lay down your arms.
You look like clowns, and I'm over here just being like at peace.
Yeah. Well, that's actually a great segue into our next story. So even though I tease the stories in a certain way, I'm going to move some things around because it's speaking to a theme about something people are up in arms about on both sides of the coin.
Yes.
An influencer has been banned from TikTok over her dangerous weight loss advice. So an influencer named Liv Schmidt was recently banned from TikTok for sharing controversial weight loss advice, and she's clapping back after her content was labeled dangerous and harmful. She had recently amassed a following of almost 700,000 people with her videos that experts and dietitians have described as demonstrating an unhealthy devotion to being thin. Critics argue that she was glamorizing eating disorders by emphasizing it is important to stay skinny, and they called for her work to be removed. TikTok has since taken action, shutting down her account and stating she violated community guidelines with her disordered eating posts. While many applauded the move, the influencer Liv Schmidt, who lives in New York, has been quick to defend her controversial advice for garnering widespread outrage. She said, "For me and my personal aesthetic, I like to be skinny, and there's nothing wrong with that." She said, "Weight is a touchy subject, but that's what the viewers want." She also claimed her desire to save America from obesity one person at a time. That was her bio in her now deleted TikTok.
So I just want to say really quickly before we get into like the thoughts on banning her, I had heard about this girl on TikTok. Not for her content, never once came up on my page. Every influencer on the planet was like making videos of them like eating lunch and being like eating for Liv Schmidt. Like they like seriously, they didn't actually say that, you know what I mean? But all these other content creators who were seemingly offended by her content for whatever reasons, and that valid or not, like they made her famous. I had never heard of this girl until everyone was like rebutting and responding to her content. So I want to say that the people that hated her made her huge.
I just want to say I heard of her one time before this, and it was because it was someone else like talking about her. And I think knowing the way that TikTok works and knowing like this isn't the sort of content that TikTok wants platform, they definitely like weren't pushing her in the algorithm. So that's probably why you didn't see her, but why you saw other influencers like with an opposite take that was fed to you. No pun intended.
The thing about her content, it was very like, that's the perfect way. I forget what you just read, like this obsession with being thin. Like, and it was very like almond mom, early 90s toxicity, like shit you would hear like back in the day. Now, in terms of her content, did I find it offensive? No. Did I ever feel compelled to follow? No, like it wasn't for me, and that's totally fine. There's a lot of content on the internet that is not for you. I think the concept of getting rid of her profile, first of all, makes it bigger. Like now we are giving a bigger platform to her philosophy. Look, we're talking about it. So I think it's ineffective. I think it actually has an opposite sort of effect. You always empower people that way. And two, like, while I think the content was like kind of crazy, I don't think she should have been banned. I think that's like the opposite of this great country, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I think we see a lot of problematic content on TikTok, or hear about a lot of problematic content on TikTok, and like problematic trends that are emerging, the simping for Osama bin Laden being one of them. And
no, I wish TikTok had been as swift in, banning anti-Semitic accounts or bigoted accounts or there are so many issues.
No, but if you're going to let everyone run rampant
Ball
and say
out
what they want, then why are you going to ban this person because she violates a community guideline about promoting disordered eating? That's such a vague term, and I can think of so many other content creators who promote disordered eating in other ways that are not banned.
Well, you do have to then also think about the opposite side of the spectrum, and I don't know if you know who Nico Avocado is.
No, I have a feeling I'm about to find out.
So Nico Avocado was a mukbanger. And there has been this
mukbang is disordered eating content.
Of course it is. And so
sitting and binging in your car, going to multiple places.
He took it to an extreme where he was, making videos, collabing with other people, and then he just sort of became this homebody who did these huge, and he eventually, as of a couple of months ago, I think gained, I want to say 200 to 300 pounds. There were these before and afters, very average looking person. And then in a matter of years, due to your job, and people were like, well, this is so sad. Mukbang culture has gone too far. And actually a recent update in the Nico Avocado saga is that apparently for the last year, he'd been posting old pre-recorded videos, and he posted that he actually has lost all the weight, and he posted a new video I'm back, which is also unhealthy to go up in hundreds of pounds and down. But he's a celebrity. No one has really ever said this is problematic. And so to censor one side of the coin and not the other, that's unfair too.
That's wrong.
It's wrong. So I don't know. And this is how I always feel about any content on the internet. If you don't like it, don't engage with it. That's totally fine. There's people, think about politics, people who post about politics on the internet, complete opposite sides of the spectrum, but that's their, right to do so. And they're opposing things on the internet, and that's kind of what makes the internet fun sometimes, is that there are crazy, outlandish things being said on all sides about every topic.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you want to censor speech, which I think in general we're pro free speech girlies, but if you're going to censor speech, say this is a perfect example around disordered eating, then it needs to be all disordered eating, not just one kind that you don't like, because the guy that you just explained to me actually sounds like a worse influence. What he did was more unhealthy than this girl trying to stay skinny.
Yeah, and then there actually a lot of people are bringing up Eugenia, who I'm sure you don't know. No. She is a active influencer on all platforms, TikTok included, with almost 1 million followers, who actively has anorexia. And she probably weighs 75 pounds. Anytime she's come up on it's actually jarring to see. So that's okay, right? And she doesn't talk about, she just dances and stuff. She does influencer-y type things.
She doesn't so she's just skinny and dancing?
Yeah,
so she should be banned for the way she looks. If someone who was morbidly obese got banned for dancing, being unhealthy weight, you'd be mad for that too. So why should Eugenia be banned?
No, she shouldn't. But people are saying why is Eugenia different than Liv Schmidt? Why has Liv Schmidt has sort of become this villain of some sort of movement, because all the influencers on social media decided they didn't like what she posted, and they started posting about her. But there are other people like Liv Schmidt, I would say even more crazy than Liv Schmidt on obesity side, on anorexic side, who have yet to ever remove someone's entire profile because of their weight stuff.
So why now? Why this Liv Schmidt?
No, why? Liv Schmidt is kind of becoming a face of some sort of movement. And I think it's because she looks like a lot of influencers that you follow, but she says stuff that they don't say. And all these other influencers, they made her huge. They don't even realize what they did in their rebuttal videos.
Also, what's so funny is what you just said. She looks like all these other influencers that you follow. So it's a lot of those other influencers probably have a similar...
They want to be thin. They work out. They eat very healthy. They sometimes probably do disordered eating where they're skip lunch because they had a big dinner.
She said, it's important to stay skinny. They probably feel that way too.
Of course, it's a part of their job. And you want to work in fashion, you want to go to fashion shows. Hi, hello. I used to be huge, and I could tell you the opportunities you get as a skinny influencer versus the opportunities you get as a fat influencer are completely different, and you get more as a skinny influencer, especially in the fashion space.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's saying the quiet part out loud.
Right. No, I don't think that's worthy of a ban in a space that doesn't ban actually horrible people.
It's really crazy that they banned her.
Yeah.
And they've oddly made her a hero because she shouldn't have been banned.
Yeah, they've made her a hero. Here I am, Liv Schmidt, support
And I'm
group.
telling you,
I don't know this
she
girl.
the way they talk about her, it was like she was live streaming from the toilet making herself throw up. That's not what she was doing. She was just saying like snarky things about like wanting to be skinny.
That's
It's
so
nothing you
crazy.
haven't heard in every like 90s rom-com.
And then are there influencers who used to talk about her content? Like, are they talking about the band, like supporting her being
Oh,
banned?
I haven't seen that yet. I'm sure that they are.
Because seriously, like, that's insane.
No, they made this girl a star.
Yeah.
And yes, she doesn't look that different.
And no, but if your job is content creation, like, you should see the value in a platform that like uplifts free speech. And sure, maybe on this one, like your cause won, but like you're just like welding the bat that would eventually bring you down too.
It's really crazy to ban someone on social media. Like sometimes I'm like scrolling Instagram Live. There are people like cleaning their AR-15s, whatever it's called, AK-47. Like,
I thought you were gonna say people cleaning their arses.
By the way, there's that too. Do you know how much porn I get tagged in on Instagram? Like it's absurd.
When
you think about the things that don't get banned, Osama bin Laden gate of 2023.
Right.
But Liv Schmidt, this little girl who just like wants to be skinny.
Too little.
It's so crazy and it is absurd. And it's wrong because it was a bad move because when they're making her bigger when they wanted to silence her. And two, you're making her out to be a hero.
And I believe that the platform was already silencing her in the ways that a platform can, you know, like not on people's
repressing
For You
her
page.
content.
You
yeah.
have to follow her in order to see her stuff. Shadow banning sort of stuff because they
Not
do that.
verified.
They're not like platforming her. Like, so I feel like some people, they like want to blow up.
They push.
Yeah, they push. And she was not getting the push. And I feel like that's a good way of tamping down content that might be harmful. Maybe don't feed Liv Schmidt to 13-year-old girls.
Right. Mm-hmm. No, it's just, I find it interesting that TikTok now has like a vested interest in the well-being of society because up until this point, it's been abundantly clear that they don't.
No, and
they don't
everybody runs around Instagram and TikTok like pretending to be a nutritionist. For good or for better or for worse, right? I get a lot of like really great content. A lot of the people that I actually am influenced by aren't dietitians, and that's fine. I think a lot of dietitians are really great, and some of them are probably like ineffective too. Why Liv Schmidt? Like, she's certainly not like the biggest one doing it.
No, and like at the end of the day, nothing she said was like illegal or hate speech. Like, and I think disordered eating is a really big term, and
It's
I
a
think
big umbrella
Yes.
term. In like I had said vague, but it's not vague. It's just it could mean so many different things.
Right.
It's a spectrum. It's a spectrum.
Yes, exactly. And so I think there are people, especially like from the ED community, who have a really loose term of what they would consider to be disordered eating, but that's because they are, vulnerable to that, and that's totally valid, but that's on them, and that's part of their community, and that's something they need to look out for when they, surf the interwebs. You need to protect yourself. Everybody has their own triggers, right? But that doesn't mean that other people should be silenced to protect your triggers.
To accommodate you. I agree. Are there ways for you to like put terms into your For You page that
Yes.
you don't want to see?
Yes.
That sounds like a good tool for people
Yeah.
who have triggers.
I had to put TikTok shop in my band because I couldn't deal with
We're shopping
TikTok.
till you dropped.
No, oh my God, the content was just like, so I wasn't getting anyone's organic content. When you promote products on TikTok shop, you make money. So the most annoying fucking content. You have to get this hair curl. Like, shut up.
Oh my God,
So
I'm
I
cracking
put
up.
hashtag TikTok shop in my band.
I thought you were
Words.
shopping too much, like me at Home
Oh my God.
Goods. Did
I
you hear
wish.
on Saturday? Zach, like we
I
all
did.
went to Home Goods. We took 2 cars so that Zach could keep his empty, so I could load up.
I read about it in Page Six that the whole crew went to Home Goods.
We all went, and yeah, no, I got my chairs, I got my vases. Of course, as I was leaving, I saw some things I'll have to go back for. Classic.
Classic.
But it was a very successful jaunt. So that's kind of
glad.
that's kind of my TikTok shop.
Oh, right.
I
IRL.
do feel like anything from TikTok shop that you just described, like you can get at Home Goods.
You can literally get it on Amazon. You could get it from Alibaba. Everything is
The
like
thing
drop ship from
I think
China.
what I love about Home Goods, it's the closest thing that I've seen to Amazon IRL.
Yeah, I think what people like about Home Goods is that it's, a Pottery Bar to Crate and Barrel in a much more affordable sense. Like,
Yeah.
the
No, but, like,
affordability of it.
The things that I bought at Home Goods are things that I would typically buy on Amazon, but the experience of going to Amazon, that's really, so it's not like I was like missing out on finding like great things for my kitchen or like,
Mm-hmm.
but to shop for those things in person is more fun.
I also think Home Goods is a little bit better quality than Amazon. Amazon obviously has like that sort of like made in China vibe.
No, and Home Goods, you could see the scale of things. The issue with Amazon, you want to order a vase, it's this big. You want to order a rug, all of a sudden you got a sample.
You guys ever
Sample
order
size.
like an outdoor chair and it's actually for a dog? Like it's tiny. That's happened to me.
Right, that can't happen at Home Goods.
It's so true.
Are you ready for our next story?
What number?
4.
No.
It's a little sister drama, so we definitely should take our time.
I'm actually really excited to it. If you've been chronically online, like this isn't news to you. So this chronically online news is brought to you by Cotton. Thank you. Today's episode is actually brought to you by Cotton, the fabric of our lives. The fabric of now is Cotton's new campaign, tapping into the overwhelming lives we all lead. And Cotton wants us all to take a step back from the chaos and find presence in the moment. We live our lives plugged in, and while we are also focused on capturing the moment, we aren't always living in them. And Cotton is asking us to help our listeners take a pause. So after you finish this episode, of course, please do that. That obviously looks different for everyone. Some people take pauses by going on an afternoon run in the park, going golfing with their husbands. Others unplug by making sourdough for their family or going shopping with friends. Whatever unplugging looks like, you press pause with Cotton, the natural choice. And you can do these things while also wearing cotton. Cotton is natural. It comes from the earth, and because it's natural, it means it doesn't contribute to microplastics pollution. Cotton is versatile, it's long-lasting and timeless, and it effortlessly stays at the center of trends while also being gentle on the skin. Cotton is comfortable, breathable, and easy to clean, giving permission to be authentically you. We wear cotton while we work, while we play, and while we unplug. So take a second to pause with Cotton, the natural choice. Discover the fabric of now at thefabricofourlives.com. Thank you, Cotton, for sponsoring today's episode. Today's episode is also brought to you by HelloFresh. So we all know that home-cooked meals are so much better for you, but we don't always have time to pull it off. With HelloFresh handling all the meal planning, shopping, and most of the prep, it's easier than ever to get dinner on the table quick and painlessly. So no more endless recipe searching or spending money on a whole jar of spices just to use a pinch. With HelloFresh, everything you need to make delicious meals comes right to your door, pre-portioned and fresh. Plus, the included step-by-step recipe cards make cooking simple. As somebody who has successfully in her life cooked like 3 things, I can tell you there's so many good things about HelloFresh. Obviously, it's way more economical and way more healthy to eat home-cooked meals. But there's a lot that comes with it. The chopping, the chropping, the journey is a lot. And also, if you're not a good cook, like, where do you begin? HelloFresh is so idiot-proof. I have made tons of HelloFresh meals. I've made them so well. And I find that it's easier for me to like experiment with my taste buds. I'm like ordering things from HelloFresh that I would like never order at a restaurant, like Mexican street corn pasta. I loved it. So it's healthy, it's economical, and it's fun. It really is. And they send the ingredients like pre-portioned. There's no waste. Like, it's so smart. So you can get free breakfast for life when you go to HelloFresh.com/free toast. That's one free breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life just by going to HelloFresh.com/free toast. That's HelloFresh.com/FREETOAST. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Today's episode is also brought to you by iRestore, the clinically proven advanced hair growth system designed for women who want to say goodbye to thinning hair and hello to volume. Ladies, we all know the struggle. Your hairbrush is starting to look like a stuffed animal, and your shower walls have enough hair to build a wig. So if you're tired of dealing with thinning hair or hair loss, listen up. The iRestore Elite is the most powerful device on the market, packed with 500 lasers and LEDs to provide maximum scalp coverage to help you grow thicker, longer, healthier hair. The FDA-cleared iRestore Elite harnesses the power of low-level light therapy, a clinically proven method to regrow thicker and fuller hair. It's the most non-invasive, pain-free, and drug-free way to bring your hair back to life. The combination of 500 lasers and LEDs ensures that every inch of your scalp receives the light energy to stimulate cellular activity, boost blood flow, and reduce inflammation, which are all crucial elements in reversing hair loss. With the iRestore Elite, you can sit back, relax, and binge watch your favorite show while it works. Its science-backed magic is going to work wonders on your scalp. You can grow thicker, healthier, natural hair with visible results in just 3 months, and there are no drugs, surgeries required, just the most advanced technology for real results. And for a limited time, listen up, our listeners are getting $600 off their order when they use code TOAST at iRestoreLaser.com. So that is $600 off your order, which is insane. The iRestore Laser at iRestoreLaser.com, IRESTORE laser.com. Our promo code is TOAST, TOAST. Check it out. In a 4-month double-blind clinical study performed by board-certified dermatologists, 100% of study participants grew more hair with iRestore's laser and LED technology. You can feel confident that you're buying a system with proven results.
Thank you to you, RT.
You're welcome.
Our next story is some sister drama. Trigger warning for us. Tamara Maury says, it's just hard to say that.
Just by the way, say
without
Tia
saying
and
Tia and
Tamara.
Tamara. I know, but
Yeah.
Tamara of Tia and Tamara says she didn't know about her sister Tia's new reality show and will likely not be involved. So Tamara revealed that she found out with the rest of the world about her twin sister Tia's upcoming reality series on WeTV titled Tia Mowry, My Next Act, due on October 4th. So Tia and Tamara are from Sister, you know, cornerstone
Iconic duo.
of our childhood, iconic duo, iconic sisters, and clearly these days they're not speaking much to the point that one doesn't know that the other has a reality show.
The Chronically Online community has long suspected that these two have had some sort of fracture in their relationship, but this is the first like real confirmation we've ever gotten. And Tia is like being extremely direct. I think it was with Entertainment Tonight. She was on a red carpet and she was asked about it. She was like, I had no idea.
Yeah, she said Tia's living her life right now and Tia is doing Tia. When they brought up the show in the interview, she said, I didn't know until...
Tia is doing the show or Tamara is doing the show?
Tamara's doing the show. No, Tia's doing the show. Tamara's talking to Entertainment Tonight.
Okay.
And Tamara had said, I didn't know until I found out with the rest of the world, and then rolled her eyes about the fact that Tia's doing a show. But I also feel like there's definitely a fracture, like you said, but not the burn it all down type of like,
never talking again.
She's trying to keep a lid on it. Like, oh, I didn't know, you know, Tia's doing Tia, like not.
No, but then she also said like Tia's at a place in her life where she doesn't want input from me.
Not the place in my life.
Now, actually, shockingly, people on the internet, and this has been like a theory for a while that has like no bearing on reality, but this is just what the streets are saying, that a lot of their fracture had to do with Tia. Okay, so Tia is divorced?
Yes. So here's the description, by the way, for her new show. Tia, the show will follow Tia as she experiences life on her own, separate from her sister with whom she has grown up in the public eye, and newly divorced from her ex-husband and fellow actor, Corey Hardrict, with whom
I just want to say it's actually a good time for her to have a reality show. Like there's a lot going on in her life.
Yeah, but even the description of the show says like separate from her sister.
Right. And it's crazy that her sister didn't even know that the show was happening.
Also, I feel as though if we want to know more about what happened, there will be crumbs at least in the show because it's a show about her.
But people have suspected that their fracture actually had a lot to do with politics.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting? But that's just a theory.
Which one's which?
I think they thought that like Tia was like conservative and Tamara was liberal. Honestly, like that's just a theory. I just like watch TikToks of people saying that. I can't stress how little factual evidence there is that that was the case.
Was one of them on a show, like a talking head
marriage
show?
Yes, they're real.
Right. Which one? Tamara?
Tamara.
And was it liberal?
Well, they did mostly like human interest but no.
That's
but
not like what could have set it off?
So the theories was like that her ex-husband like indoctrinated her and like
Tia's you got to use names.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is just theories. Like seriously, I can't stress enough how not true this is.
Indoctrinated her to be what?
Conservative.
A Republican?
Yeah.
Oh no.
But again, like
I got to search the husband now, the indoctrinator.
The indoctrination
He's
of
an
Tamara
actor,
Mowry.
so we should know who he is. Well,
I think that like the whole thing is that
he
we
looks
don't.
familiar. He was
What's
in
his name?
Tia and Tamara.
You're lying.
Corey Hardrict.
Oh, he's cute. Super cute.
He was
Yeah,
in
but they're
American
not together.
Sniper.
Cracking up.
He was in. Do you ever hear about this movie called Karen?
I did with Taryn Manning, my queen.
He was in Karen. I don't think that was like, wasn't that like a liberal movie?
The thing is, this is not.
I just don't think it's so cut and dry, you guys.
No, I don't think so either.
How are you in American Sniper and Karen?
So true. Once like a movie for conservatives, it's so true. And like, where does Taj fall in all this? You know, their younger brother.
Classic younger brother. It's Frankie Jonas, you know?
Yeah, I wonder if he's taken a side. Let me look at his
I could see him
media.
like being in the show, like coming over.
He's on a show on Disney Plus. So happy for him. And here's the most recent picture with which twin is it? Tamara. It's sort of like Tia's like on an island of her own.
Yeah, well, Tia says in a teaser for the series, being alone has been the most challenging part of my divorce. It's times like this when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close and I could pick up the phone and call her, but that's just not where we are right now.
Okay, wait, I just want to investigate one more thing. In Tamara's Instagram bio, it says that she is like, she just puts at Sister Wine. Do you think they're in business together?
No, but also Tia saying we're not close, like, that doesn't give like end of days never coming back from this. Like I could see
it doesn't.
A season 2 reunion for Tia and Tamara, especially if the ex-husband was what was coming between them a little bit.
Okay, I'm like seriously confused.
It's a lot.
By the way, maybe Tamara was the conservative and Tia was the liberal. Don't quote me. I'm not sure.
That is so funny. I actually think that's a decent theory, not because I know anything about the two of them, but because I think that could
happens
come
a lot.
between families and friends.
Yeah.
It's polarizing times, you know?
Yeah. And like, okay, so now I'm looking at Tamara's social media and I don't see like an endorsement or anything, you know?
Do you see an endorsement from Tia?
I'm on my way.
And I just want to say, I feel like if politics are such a big part of their lives that they can't even like be sisters, then they probably are posting about it. So if they're not posting about it, then I don't think it was politics that came between them.
Okay, let me see. But I just want to say they're both like fabulous content creators, like really premium. They obviously like make reels with their families. They cook.
Yum.
By the way, I don't see anything.
I don't think it's political then. Plus, if Tamara was the one on the reel, like I don't think she'd be the conservative.
I don't know. Oh, wait. 2 days ago, Tia Mowry posted like something about Sister.
Tia.
Because
Tia's kind of the one that's like
on the outs.
on the outs, yes.
Because Taj and Tamara are hanging out.
Yeah.
I bet they have like a Reddit where like they
This
know
is all
everything.
explained.
Yeah.
Or maybe we should just watch the show.
Honestly, I'm down.
Yeah. No, now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Our fifth and final story is for
Now,
Claudia.
please, my theory that I had heard about politics like is actually now I'm feeling like I'm like I feel bad for saying because I don't know that it's true.
I feel like it was
I feel like I maybe got the wrong one as like a liberal and a conservative.
Well, we definitely covered all the bases, and we ideated
potential.
as if either one was either one. It's
Yeah.
a good guess. We'll see.
Yeah.
There's like really more damning things you could have said,
No, of course, it's so true, and it's just what people on TikTok are saying.
and we do need to know like what the smoke is.
Who's who?
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh.
We actually don't if that's why they split up, we do need to know who's who. But I said we do need to know like what the smoke is, like what are people saying is the reason.
Right.
Our fifth and final story is for you and you alone because fans believe that Camila Cabello shaded Sabrina Carpenter weeks after Sabrina performed Taste in front of her at the VMAs. Mm-hmm. So Camila Cabello took the stage at the iHeartRadio Music Festival and she performed her hit song Senorita. Just as she reached the line, "But friends don't know the way you taste," she paused dramatically on the word taste. Of course, Sabrina penned the song Taste, which is about not a menage a trois, a love triangle. And I guess people speculated that it's about Sean, Camila, and Sabrina. And now thinking back to the music video, people are saying like Jenna Ortega was playing Camila.
Okay, by the way, they're saying Tamara on Reddit. I just have to check. They're saying Tamara wants to make America great again, and Tia does not.
But Tamara was on the reel wanting to make America great again?
This is just what people on Reddit are saying. I had to take to Reddit.
You had to, for the truth.
For the truth. Okay, I just wanted to put to bed. Like, I knew my theory. Like, I started gaslighting myself. I'm like, wait, maybe I never saw that theory. Like,
got it. Okay. So stay tuned on that.
Stay tuned, yeah. Sorry. Camila, the thing is right now, Camila shouldn't have said anything. Because right now, you're not going to win. A couple of years ago, Camila had her big pop star moment that like launched her career, right? Havana, ooh, na, na. besties with Taylor Swift, yada, yada. Sabrina's currently having that moment. And like people, the public's not going to turn on Sabrina, and they're not going to make Sabrina the villain in this, even if she is, you know?
I don't think she did anything, because I don't think anything happened here. But I do think perhaps Camilla saw an opportunity. I think I think less that there's actual beef between these three now that like Camilla is sort of like playing the role of like, oh, I won't say taste because that's your song about our love triangle that you performed in front of me and my ex-man with your little smoochy lips.
Mm-hmm. With your little smoochy lips.
I think that she just like wants to get in the conversation, and that's why she did this.
Yeah, I mean, this is a business. Obviously, these are women in the arts, but these are also women in business. And Camilla's been like teasing this really big, you know, music drop and this album, and nobody moved, you know? It kind of just, I don't want to say flopped, but it didn't make an impact. Album? I don't know if even the whole album came out. I actually think it did, but like she's dropping new music. And this is, you know, there was a time where Camila Cabello could not release a song without it being like to the point where it was annoying how much it got played, you know?
Yeah.
And that's obviously not the case for her anymore. And so this is a business, and everybody's talking about taste. So let her, you know, get involved.
Did we discuss on the show, because I'm having deja vu a little bit, like about the possibility that Taste is about Sabrina, Sean, and Camilla?
Obviously. I don't know if we talked about it, but it is.
That's
and like Jenna Ortega playing Camilla in the music video. Yeah.
It's Camilla.
Yeah. That's just that's just not like a theory. It's like kind of fact.
I just didn't think it was like that serious, that it wasn't a real love triangle.
Well, the thing is that Sabrina and Sean were like having this thing, and next thing you know, she opens her phone, and that picture of Camilla and Sean at Coachella, she saw it with the rest of the world, and she was like, "The fuck! I thought I was seeing this guy."
Yeah,
and apparently, like he
just
had
like when I think about the lyrics of Taste, they're just like so like pointed and like
mad.
Deep, like, and also like deep, like that she spent like a lot of time with this person. Now he goes back to the like irrelevant, and he tastes like her, and it's like she was kind of the irrelevant in this situation.
Yeah, but she's writing from her own perspective, so she's the main character in it, you know?
Yeah, it kind of like takes away from the meaning of Taste a little bit if it really is just about that.
Well, the thing is that like for us, the Sean relationship was like non-existent, short-lived. We saw one photo, right? But I think there was much more lore there because a lot of the songs appear to be about him. Sharpest Tool in the Shed, like obviously that's him.
Also, I was thinking about Sabrina, like how is she going to get rid of Barry Keoghan now? It's time for him to go.
I completely agree, although they are back together. I think she like actually likes him.
He had like one movie and he was a big deal.
It's not the vibe.
He was a big deal for like a few months, and that was good that she dated the big deal, but like
agreed.
It's not going well for him.
Completely agree, and I just like I'm not into it visually, emotionally, like I'm not into it.
He's got to scram.
I completely agree. When they broke up at the height of like her album being released, I was like, good girl. But he sucked her back in.
Yeah, it's not going to work for me.
I feel like Sabrina is very moved by like physical touch is obviously her love language. And I honestly feel like her and Barry Keoghan might have like an amazing physical connection. And that's just sort of what's keeping her locked in.
I think there's plenty of guys she could have amazing physical connection with.
Of course.
So
no, I don't think he's the one.
I don't think he's the one. Like it was a moment in time, and the moment's time's up.
And I loved that she was a part of that moment.
Yeah.
You know, the bathwater of it all. But yeah, I'm in agreement. G2G.
Do I want to know what the bathwater means?
There's like a scene in that movie that he was in, Saltburn.
I thought it was just his penis.
What about his penis?
Like people were taken with his penis.
Yeah, he also like drinks someone's bathwater.
So I don't want to know.
Oh yeah, goes without saying, I didn't see that movie. Oh, I need to talk to you.
Great. We've only been talking for an hour.
How many years have you been trying to get me to do Dazzle Dry?
I started Dazzle Dry during COVID when I was doing my own nails. So since 2020, 4 years.
I am a gel nail girl through and through. I can't get regular manicures because like regular polish,
crapola.
Like SEOPI, it like by the time I leave the salon, I have some sort of chip.
Agreed.
But Jackie, you know, you've been saying Dazzle Dry is different. Dazzle Dry is different. And I found myself at the nail salon actually, it was Tuesday. I know for a fact it was Tuesday because I was getting a manicure for the weekend ahead for this wedding. And I said, you know what? I have the time today to sit and dry. I actually had like an extra 20 minutes before Soto Method. I was like, you know what? If there ever was a time, I'll do it. And they had gorgeous colors. Like the color I was looking for, Big Apple Red, they literally had like a dupe
Oh, that's so funny. That's my only issue with Dazzle Dry is like the colors aren't competitive enough.
Oh, I had like 3 colors that I couldn't choose between. There were too many options. Let me tell you, I actually had to get a second manicure I even did my own nails yesterday before this wedding because I couldn't walk around with these chipped red nails. Every single nail.
Well, you can't walk around with chipped red nails.
Chipped.
Red is bad, chip.
By Friday, almost every nail had a chip. By the day after the manicure, I had a chip. And I'm like, what the fuck? I thought, oh, you know what? Maybe I just like did something bad to that finger.
Yeah.
No, by the next it was deteriorating right in front of my eyes. Never again. So then I was left having to do my own nails yesterday.
I'm so
for this
sorry
wedding.
you had
I'm
a
going back
negative
to gel.
experience. Go back to gel. Go use your little UV light. Have fun.
I will.
Let me tell you, remember when we got pedicures for the Beacon? That was what, August 1st? I got a Dazzle Dry pedicure. No chip. It's 2 months.
Same, by the way. I look like I have an inverted French tip because my nails have grown so much.
I only get pedicures because my toes start to hurt. Like, not because my nails chipped.
No, 1,000%. I still have the same pedicure as well from gel.
But yours is gel. I'm just saying mine's DD, double D.
Pedicures are different.
Anyways, if Dazzle Dry is not for you, you definitely have to make concessions because there are so many great benefits to Dazzle Dry. It's better nail polish for you. It's like non-toxic.
Whatever.
Fast drying. It's not as great as it's not nail glue like gel is. It's
some
not.
Some things need to be toxic. I
Okay.
said it.
I personally disagree, but that's what I love about this space. Like we can agree to disagree, and like I'm not going to push. I've recommended Dazzle Dry if you are looking for like a non-toxic nail polish, and I do think it's better than like the crap regular nail polish in terms of chippage.
Yes.
That's been my personal experience. Everyone's nails are different. We're all different. I can only give you my thoughts. Take them or leave them. A penny for your thoughts, Turdy.
Thank you.
That's what this show is. A penny for your thoughts.
This show is just like a constant
Penny.
stream of consciousness of like seriously the most important topics on the planet. Like what is going on between Tia and Tamara?
What is going on between Jax and Claude? Dazzle Dry might come
I
between
heard
them.
that there's like a fallout.
Did you hear that? Is that what you just read on Reddit?
Yeah, that's what the streets are saying. Imagine if we had a fallout. What do you think, like, if we ever, which we couldn't, like, we're just incapable. But if you and I ever had, like, a relationship ending fight, what do you think it would be over?
That's not what I thought you were going to say. But the thing is, I think when people's relationships end over a relationship ending fight, like, there's nothing worth saving, right?
Right.
The bad outweighs the good.
Correct.
I don't want to jinx ourselves, but, like, there is nothing that could happen that could outweigh the good that we do.
What's this from? There's good stuff here.
I don't know, Fleischman's in trouble.
I don't know. Somebody help me. What is that from?
And I was just like saying a nice thing, and you had to come in with with
Steve
your
Brady.
quote.
Steve Brady when he's getting broken up with. There's good stuff here.
Yeah,
Obsessed.
I don't think there's as much good as there was between Jax and Claude.
It's so true.
Anyway, so like that was my nice thought that you just like didn't.
That's beautiful. Nice thought of the day.
Maybe that will come between us.
Yeah. I like that.
You like that?
I like that.
What?
I like it. What you said.
What did I say?
That there's good stuff here. Like there's too much good. That's
okay.
beautiful. I like that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
That I like what you said.
I
You
just
can't take
wanted
a fucking
to make
compliment.
sure you were fucking paying attention when I was saying something nice.
What else would I be doing?
No. I don't know. Thinking about what you were going to say.
So
Thinking
true.
about where the quote was from.
There's good stuff here. Well, that is our show. There was good stuff here.
There was. All's to say there was good stuff here.
Wishing Hayden, Tia, and Tamara the best.
And Sabrina, of course.
Always.
What was
We're
story?
lifting-
Oh, and Olivia Munn. Mazel tov, by the way, Olivia.
Totally. That's our show.
And wishing Anna Marie Tendler the best, too.
Holding space. Thank you so much for listening to the Toast Monday Morning Show. We deliver the fast life stories you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe to this video. Thumbs up. Also, follow this podcast and more podcasts we've had. So Spotify, just like laughing at funny things we said.
You're just so funny. I understand.
Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeart, Castbox, all the places we listen to podcasts. Find us at Toast, leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, about how stunning, about how wickedly talented we are.
Love ya. Bye.